products. And let's go to studio. Go to sounds. So this is their new pack right here. Dun, 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 dun. Let me do the... Yeah, let me do that one. So I'm going to click on this here. So this is kind of like the easiest step as far as downloading packs. I still get questions on how that functions. So you just go to the pack, Essential House Sound Pack. Then you're going to go here. So important information. Right here, it's going to tell you how many audio samples it has, how many drum kits it has, meaning already pre-made drum kit sounds. Also demo projects, which I would highly recommend that you just check out just to see like what they already kind of created. So if you ever get stuck or this is like a new genre for you to mess with, you can see how the arrangement goes. Because that's one thing I'll get questions on is like, I don't know how to, I get stuck in loopitis. The more you see like completed songs done, I think it's more of a mental thing. The more motivated you are and confident that you can actually complete a song because you're visually looking at a song completed on the software. So there's not this like mystique of only these people can make music and make a song. No, you're looking right at it. You're like, oh, there is a full song on this software that I'm using. It can be done. And you're kind of breaking down that wall. Hopefully that makes sense to some people or if they're kind of running into that situation. So then from there, different drum patterns as well. And then what you do, just download the pack. I'm going to put it on my desktop. There. It's going to look like this right here. So, quick internet. It's going right there. Then the next step is where half the people understand it, half the other people don't. Because it happens pretty quickly. I don't know if you ran into this, Burnt, as far as like trying to install a sound pack, if you knew the pack got installed or if it didn't. Because that's where the question I get is, I downloaded the pack, but I don't know if I installed it correctly. So here we go. So that's there. So I'm going to exit out of here. And I'm going to move this over. This pack's right there. And then let me open up, which I got Serato Studio up, which they ended up showing me, you know, like, hey, we need the thing here. So I was like, all right. Let me just adjust this here a little bit. You can see that a bit better. So we have that. So let me do this. So when you go to install this, oh yeah, you can do it like that too. All you have to do is double click on this and you're going to see here at the bottom in this area, the progress bar of it installing. This is where everyone gets tricked up where they're like, hey, I don't know if it's over here or not. So just pay attention to this area over here, this whole section here. You're going to see a progress bar happening, but it happens kind of quickly. So I'm going to try to double click and then move over. So let's try this. So see, saying extracting essential house pack right there. And there you go. It's installed right there. Boom. That easy. Oh, perfect. Okay. They actually put, so sometimes if you're going like on Splice or anything like that, if you run into loops like this that have no kick in it, sometimes they won't call it drums no kick. They'll call it top loops. If you're ever confused of why they call it top loops, meaning since the kick is on the low end, they just omit that and they just keep everything on top of that. So they'll call that a top loop. It's just percussion, which I tend to use a lot, which really opens up as far as the way that your drums can sound, like sound fuller, so to speak. If you want to get weird, you can just do a whole key shift through the 4 bars. I know this is more just on sound design stuff, but again, the more you mess with, the more you can create sounds that you have in your head, but learn technically how to do it. So I'm actually going to see if this works. Okay. So I know last call was asking me as far as like building drops or like buildups. Like we can actually just build a buildup with just this sound. A technique that I like to do is where I have this buildup and then it just goes into like one sound. Usually like a snap is what I like to do, just to kind of trick the listener and having them not know exactly what's going to happen, but they're kind of anticipating the next thing that's going to happen. That's where doing automation with muting can come in clutch for this. So actually, I'm gonna find a little snap sound. I just want to showcase this, just as a way to maybe make a build up a little different from it. One person I saw that would do this, that was really good at it, was RJD2. Super dope producer. If you ever played the Mark Echo Getting Up graffiti game, I think it was on PS2. I know I'm aging myself. He would do these kind of cool techniques like that. Also, DJ Shadow was a really dope producer that would kind of go that route too sometimes. You know what? That's actually going to work. Put that on 1. Then what I'm going to do is at the very last bar, I'm going to introduce this. So if I don't do any muting, it's going to sound like this, and it's going to sound totally out of whack. Like in that context, it doesn't really have the same effect. But when I put it in this context, I'm going to go to mixer. Oh no, I'm going to go to the whole sample itself. Mixer, mute right here. I'm going to mute this last bar because I can see that the snap is right here, like going to hit on the 4. So I got to make sure that my mute hits there too. So it hits exactly on time. Right there. So let's try this out. You should hear the snap by itself. See how that works?